Fallout 76 video. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up into my game, and I'm going to show you how to essentially build a base camp that is almost completely self-sufficient. Meaning you don't really need a whole lot else to keep yourself running in this game. Now, a lot of people think the base camps are just something to throw up and just, you know, it's there, I can go in and store my stuff. But a self-sufficient base camp can make the daily grind of this game a lot easier. You know, you're always going out and needing things like loose screws, gears, you know, different things like that. But if you set your base camp up properly, then that's just one less thing that you have to worry about, because now your base camp can generate things like food, water, all your crafting stations, and depending on where you set it up, you can build some pretty interesting looking bases. Now, first thing I'm going to show you is the social aspect of it. Okay, you can see I pull up all the friends I have online. Right now, only one. The rest of them are probably at work or at school. So you can click on your friend and then click join. Now this is going to put you in the same world as long as there's room. If the world's full, it doesn't throw you in first. But as long as there's room, it'll throw you into the world, and then you can join on your friend and become a team and get more XP. Now, I'll let him know once we get in here, because I haven't talked to him yet, that I am broadcasting, so he may or may not decide to join the team or talk. And that's entirely up to him. Not everybody's comfortable broadcasting. Now, you can take pictures in the game. This is one of the pictures I took at the top of the world, and they become basically your load screens. It'll switch through them. So the more pictures you take, the more load screens you have that it'll choose from, and the more fun you can have looking back at some of the things that you've done, like drop a nuclear bomb, or, you know, go on raids, whatnot. Now, whoop, this happens occasionally. You'll fall through the earth, because it spawned me in right at the base of my current place. So this is my current constructed place. Okay, I have razor grain, I have mole fruit, I have carrots, I have water, corn, I have potatoes, gourds, melons. Basically, this is a self-sustaining base. Up here we have an acid extractor, and this is one of the resources that you can get. I'll show you when I drop my base and pull up a new one. Now, if you press and hold your options button, your social screen will come up. You can click on that person. You can either fast travel to them for free, invite them to team, mute them, or block them from sessions. So let's go ahead and invite him to the team. And while we're waiting, I will go through and collect all my veggies. Hey, Flush. Just to give you a heads up before we get too far in, I am broadcasting, so if you don't feel comfortable with that, you don't have to join the team.
No, don't worry about it. I'm fine.
Yeah, anytime I'm broadcasting, I try to give the people I'm broadcasting with a heads up, so...
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, now, to start the building of your base camp, you'll open up your Pip-Boy. You can see it says move camp. I've moved a few times, so now it costs me 40 caps to move. So with this, you can see the green line as I move. You can see the green line, that's the border of where I can build. You want to make sure that any resources are right in that green line. And then when you're ready, just place it. Now you can see everything in mine just disappeared. So I have to rebuild from scratch. To do that, you press and hold the large button in the middle. Now you'll see that all my stuff has come up saying, oh, do you want to place this? Do you want to place that? Well, I'm breaking it all down into its components so that I can show you the placement of it. Now with the extractors, you just come over to where it's supposed to be, press, and it'll set up. Easy peasy. Now all you got to do is provide power to it. So I like to try and find a place where I'm not clipping into the ground too badly, because then everything else I build off of will go even deeper. Now my last house I couldn't build this tree out of the way, so it was clipping into my building, so I'm going to move my building a little bit. Let's start right there. And of course it's going to clip out, so let's move it over one. Move that one. Move that one. There we go. Just decide on the size building you want. How you want it placed. And see, right now I'm just using the stuff that I already built with when I tore it down, put it in storage. So that's my foundation right there. Okay, now these are the brick walls. There's a lot of different walls that you can choose from. I'll show you. This is the regular wood wall that you start with. Scroll down. This is the barn wall. There's the, I believe this is the metal wall. No, that's the warehouse. Then you have the brick, and then these are the metal. So you unlock them by going through and finding the plans for them. Now with these you can change it so you got doors, windows. With the brick there's a couple variants. So, and you can place it pretty much how you want. Now I know my buddy Flush is probably sitting there laughing at me talking to myself, but hey. Anybody that's played with me for more than 5 minutes knows I'm weird and strange, so it's all good. Now to build a second level, you just add a set of stairs. You want to try and make sure that there's nothing attached to it, because it seems to, if you have it sitting on a wall, see if I can show you. Like if you had it, you set it up like this and then put a wall right there, it seems to clip into it so that you can't, yeah, there, like that. You can't place a floor above it because of that. And that just kind of makes it a pain in the butt. So at this point you want to add your floors, at least one. Then you can go up and add more so that you can get it all set up the way you want it. Now, some people will rush through and just like throw up a bunch of stuff. I am trying to not do that because I want to make this base long term. I want to make it self-sufficient. And it's just nice to come to a place that's not completely trashed and run down. You'll see enough of that in this game as is. So, once that's done, you can throw your walls up again. Like so. And if you want to have fun, you could, I think the limit is 3 up, 3 down from where you set your thing. So you can go 3 floors up, 3 floors down. Here I'm running out of pre-made stuff that I've already built. So I'll start generating more. And as you can see, as I do that, I gain experience. Another reason to build a decent base. Now, I did this just to show, but as you can see that some people are bothered by like the wood goes this way on every side except for right here. You can just press the circle button, grab the floor to modify it, turn it, there you go. I have one friend that is a engineer or engineer instructor, something like that, and it drives him nuts when I leave things just a little askew. And before you ask, yes, sometimes I do it just to drive him nuts. Because I'm that kind of friend. Everybody's got one. Ain't that right, Flushed?
Yes, indeed.
There's 3 floors up. Now stored, I have roof parts and angled walls. Now you go up, place the angled walls. So they sit appropriately. Now keep in mind, the entire time you're doing this, you do need food and water. You can die of starvation, you can die of thirst. It's kind of a pain in the butt at times. But anyway, it adds that degree of realism, I think. Then here, the angled walls. Oops. Yeah, if you're not paying attention, you can fall down your stairs. Then you end up with things like that. That's okay, you just move it back. Now I have ran into other people that do camp construction for in-game money, not actual cash, but caps, which is the in-game money in this one. And they do, most of them do a fairly good job. I enjoy doing it myself, but it is what it is. And you can actually place the nice arch roof. Now here you see everything turned gray. It's because I'm out of steel. Now I have roof pieces that I already had that I can destroy. Those will give me steel. Enough steel to finish? I don't know. There we go. Nice completed roof. You can see I put a door up here. First thing everybody asks is, why? You can go to the floor settings and you can build a decking. Why would you build a decking? Why not? So, there's a nice little deck. Now, because I have friends that apparently can't walk, they end up falling off of my stuff all the time. Ooh, those are outside of the build area, so that won't let me place those two. But you can put these right along there. Let's do a real quick fix for this. See? Just like I just did. Fall right off. The last thing I build is doors, because when you're in the build menu, you cannot open or close any doors. So we'll go to replace, turn that into the door, scrap that piece. We'll check, see if they'll let me build there. Go to this one, replace it, turn it into a window. Then we go back to this. Okay, so there, it'll let me build. So these are under your barricade options. Defenses, excuse me. And you just scroll down until you find them right there. And you also have a short one in case you're using just the short pieces. They'll fit on there and they'll block everything, so all the people you have coming over aren't falling over everything and going, I'm dying all the time at your place. Is this a problem? Sometimes. Depends on who you hang with. So, what are you working on, Flushed?
I'm trying to kill some of these, shit. These starred, monsters for my promotions.
Ah, okay. I'll come help you in just a second. Let me finish getting this all put together. Now, these are the crafting stations. As long as it's green, you can place it. Now, one thing it doesn't take into account is I can place this one here, but it doesn't give me any room to use the other one. So, try and leave yourself a little bit of room.
I'm not succeeding too well.
Yeah, like I said, I'll be there shortly.
Okay. So, I'm not even sure I'm hitting the right ones.
That happens.
Because I don't see them on the map. You know?
Oh, they're not a specific
They're on
one.
my HUD as stars if I'm reading it right, but that might not be right either. What's you? Oh, you're busy.
Yeah, what's up?
The orbital scan beacon. What's that about?
I have no idea. I haven't actually used it.
Okay, that's fair.
So, never got around to using that one. So this is the fusion generator. Gives you a lot of power. Basically, enough power to run everything you could want. Problem being, if you have a roof or anything above it, it likes to bounce up to the upper platform. So once you get it set up and lined up the way you want, there we go. Now it's in. You can start getting some of the other stuff placed. Like this is a pass-through conduit. So I stick that right there, and it also goes outside. So now, stick that on top, connect the wires. Now I have power that runs outside as well. Okay. If you want to do it this way, you could take that piece off, go back to it. There you go. Now it's attached, and you can actually go back in. Let's see, that would be in the power connector section. Scroll down. They're right here. You can put one going up through the floor. If I remember correctly, it goes up through the floors or down through the floor. I think it's up through the floor. It works better. Some work better than others, so you just have to experiment a little bit with it. The floors I removed earlier. There you go. I think, yeah, it's actually going down through the floor works better. Okay, so we'll just fix that real quick. Maybe. Apparently I need to make more steel, so. It's always a learning process. Doesn't matter how many times you make something. You can see here it sticks through the wall. There you go. Now it's moving, it's got power. Now, I usually try to build a platform for my people to stand on. Not too ostentatious or anything like that, just something. Because as many people find out, acid is corrosive. And thus, harvesting acid can be a bit of an issue at times. So by building this little platform here, you can get up to the harvester and take no damage. If you get too close, you're still going to take damage. Sorry, it happens. stairs in. Just like that, and then you walk up to the harvester and grab waste acid. Now, just because it annoys me sitting out there by its little lonesome, I usually bring in the camp and set it under my stairs so it's out of the way. Now, before people start mentioning it, yes, I have a lot of dead space in my areas, but I fill those up with different things at times. So, okay. Back to the main work. What was I doing? Oh yes, the power connectors. See, this one doesn't go through the wall, just simply attaches to the wall. So, just like that. Then go over here to stored. I believe I've got one stored here. Yeah, right here. So, set that there, run downstairs, and now I can connect that to my generator. That gives me power to up here, which I can then attach that one. Now these are called power pylons. What they do is they essentially supply power to lights and stuff that aren't hooked up. You know, they don't have a direct connect to the power source. And if you put them in your middle platform, or the middle floor, I want that right in front of the window, it looks terrible. Okay. And then you can hook them up, and they will basically supply an on-flow of power to every light in your house, so you can light the place up. And before anybody asks, yes, this is one of my favorite parts of the game, is taking time to build different places. Sometimes you'll get a little sparkage like that. It's a glitch, it's nothing to worry about. There, now you should have enough power going through your house to take and build all the lights and everything that you would want. As you put the lights in, see everything lights up nice and bright. Very pretty. Yes, I'm being facetious. There you go. Come up here. As you can see, putting those power pylons in the middle, you get enough power. You can put lights everywhere and be good. Oh, someone launched a nuclear bomb.
Yep, they sure did.
That'll happen from time to time.
Attention citizens. Nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
There you go. So there's enough light that you can see everything. No problems. I usually build my places based on the fact that I have a lot of friends that come over and, you know, we get ready for missions, we sit and talk, we BS, whatever. But, try and place a couple beds around the place so that if we're trying to get the well-rested setting, which gives you, I think, bonus XP, everybody can rest at one time and we can move on. These are stash boxes. Place them all over the place. Why? Because gives everybody a chance to take and do everything they want to do, and then, you know, get rid of all the things they just scrapped, or quick access to the things they want to get done. This is to get well tuned. So yes, if you find my house and you want to come jam out, there's lots of instruments lying around. Or if, like some of the other people I know, you're a music major and you want to play the instrument that you love in real life, come on over. I probably got it set up somewhere. And for the most part, that's the inside of my place. Now, I can and have done the whole walling off of my place, the different aspects of my place, so that different things are protected. I don't usually do it because there's a lot of clipping issues, like you see. And it's just annoying. I don't like opening a lot of doors. So anyway, yeah, that's the inside of my base. A lot of dead space that I fill up eventually. If you do see that someone launched a nuke, you can go to your map, and as you can see, big red area, that's where it's going. So in this case, it is going to White Springs service area, or White Springs area, and the big boom you heard was the explosion. Yep. Let's see, do I need to eat and drink? I'm getting low on water. So that did food and water. Now back to construction. I still have a couple lights stored, so I'll put those out. If you guys remember, I said I had a friend of mine that does engineering. I'll do all sorts of things just to drive him nuts. Like, see how that's completely unsupported? Yeah, he'll be by later on to add pillars. Why? Because it's just funny. So, now that you have that set, you can come over to another spot. This will give you your dirty water, so you can make boiled water so that you can make food. Why the guy doesn't just switch over to using purified water, I don't know. Where I'm at, this has been the only defense turret I've needed. So I'll add it just so it doesn't like completely agitate him at times. You see, doesn't quite touch the ground. Got another one that'll make it touch the ground. Those are found over at your stairs, so if you have that friend that goes nuts over it, there, you can say, just for you, I did that. Now, back to the important stuff. Adding the fruits and vegetables. There's like little trees in here that if you hover over, it will cover them. So it'll take them right out of the game for you, usually, if you place it right. The trees won't clip back in. So then you just plant your little vegetable garden. Now, some things like this giant tree here will not disappear, so you just kind of have to work around it. Now, some of the things like these little carrots, they can be hard to see. So you want to try and place them where they're not blending in with the grass. And unlike that guy with the big puffy fuzzy hair, no, I don't think there's happy accidents when building these buildings. And these are water purifiers. I try to place them out of the way, just so I don't have to deal with them too terribly much. And if you're wondering why I'm being so selective on how I'm placing these, if you place them right, they'll actually become one giant piece of concrete. And anytime you move your camp, they're all one piece. Whether it was designed to be that way or not, I don't know. It just happens. There. Now you can grab power. And no, I can't. So I will add the power substation right there. Grab power from that. Go to that. From that. Go to that. And then you just basically daisy chain these all the way down. And just like that, your base is producing drinkable, purified water. No radiation, no nothing. You have acid ores and stuff, so you can make ammo. It also allows you to make gunpowder, things like that. You can place, this is a cooking station, place it outside. You see these large water purifiers. If you're by a river, you can place these in there. I'm actually just going to take them out so that I get a little bit more of my budget back, because I don't need to. If you look up at the upper right hand side, you see a place that says budget. When that completely fills up, you can't build anything else. If you have any turrets or anything like that, that will take budget. Turrets take a lot of budget and are really, if you plan out everything and actually work on getting it set up right, they are almost useless because nothing will attack you really. I occasionally get a wild animal, that's why I have one. And that usually takes care of everything that I need. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to go help my friend go kill things, and I hope to see everybody out on Fallout soon. Till then, have a good time.